All right, Dad, you better buckle up because today I'm going nuclear. Dad, you train Fluffy better than you lead your family. You train your dog, treat your dog better than you treat your family. And before Kyle, 009472 tells me I should stop making content, well, guess what, brother? You're the one that needs to watch this. You're the one that I make this for. Because as you type that comment from your mom's basement on probably a computer that your daddy bought, I'm sitting here in my big ass house with my hot ass wife and my kick ass family. You're the one that should listen, brother. I told you guys the gloves are off. I'm so sick of seeing men crumble when we get on a call or crumble in the messages because they don't know how to show up for their family. Guys, you will train your dog to not piss and shit in your house better than you lead your kids. So what do I mean? What are we talking about? Men everywhere today have it so backwards that they are just completely lost. And they're completely full of shit. So I made a post yesterday, and it happens every single week. Some weak ass beta male dude hops on, and if he has a profile picture, he's overweight. And listen, I want you guys to hear this. I'm not punching down, I'm punching up. And I'm punching up because you guys need to pull your head out of your ass and wake up. And Kyle 099247, bro, stop commenting on my stuff. You're not the one having conversations with men. You're not the one who's seeing them turn into a puddle on the floor because their wife left them. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about because you can't even come up with a real name, dude. Put a profile picture in. And guess what? You don't put a profile picture, I don't even buy into your shit, dude. So you're not doing what I'm doing. You will never do what I do. You can never spend a day in my shoes without crumbling like a little bitch. Yeah, guys, I said it, man. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of having men go through this stuff. Like, do you guys understand the weight that we as dads carry for our families? Every day, I wonder if I'm going to screw my kids up. But let's talk about that. You guys will train Fluffy not to pee in your house, but you're not training your kid to be a man. You're not training your son to grow up and be a man. Why? Because you got to get uncomfortable. Well, Paul, working out's hard. Following a meal plan's hard. Oh, boo-hoo. Your wife's got a bigger nut sack than you do, dude. And then you're going to lose your shit on their kids because you've never shown them anything? Really? This is the problem that we face as men in this country today. So I made this post and I had a guy make the comment. And like I said, it happens every week. For the past 23 years, I've put my family first. And now I'm going to be gone working out of town because I got a promotion and they want nothing to do with me. There you have it. Go on TikTok. You guys can look this up. This guy just said for the past 23 years, he put his family first. And where did that get him? Nowhere. If he's still married, he's probably in a sexless marriage, and his wife's got a bigger ball sack than he does. His kids probably don't talk to him. But I'm a good dad, Paul. I'm a good dad. I provide. They always had new shoes and new clothes during the school year. I'm a good dad. Cool. What did you teach little Billy? How did you show up and set the standard for little Billy? Oh, that's right. You didn't. Now he won't even fucking talk to you. Why? Because you're soft. You're overweight. We're coming up on September. You're going to spend the next 7 months yelling at a fucking TV screen for some stupid game wearing a jersey with some other dude's name on your back. That's how you chose to show up. That's how you chose to lead your family. I put my family first. You guys want to know the truth? My family does not come first. In order to be selfless, you must first be selfish. That's how you lead. That's how you show up for your family. That's how you build a legacy. Not by watching freaking football 24/7 on Monday Night Football, Thursday night, Saturday's college, and Sunday is Sunday Night Football. Meanwhile, all your kids want to do is sit there and play with you. They want you to teach them something and show them how to do something. Guys, we've lost an entire generation. An entire generation has been coddled and bubble wrapped so much to prevent them from any adversity whatsoever. Oh my gosh. I have to work more than 30 hours a week. This entire generation is fucked. If the wind blows the wrong way, they're triggered. I feel attacked. This is the generation that brings their mom to their interview. No joke. It happens. Why? Because you bubble wrap them as kids. You took away any chance for them to learn how to fail, how to make mistakes, and how to learn from their mistakes. This is the generation that played on playgrounds when you fell. It was like a sponge. This is what weak leadership, weak masculinity looks like. And now little Billy's going to grow up watching his dad not play with him, not teach him anything other than what not to do. And you think it's totally cool. It's totally fine. I need to relax. I worked all week. I need to kick back a few cold ones. I'm just going to do my thing. Well, guess what, dude? You're doing this fucking 20 hours a week. What if you plug that into your wife? What if you plug that energy into your kids? What would that look like? You don't even realize that you're setting them up for failure. You're setting their future marriage up for failure. You're setting their future parenting up for failure. Because you haven't invested the time in them to actually show them what it means to be a man. And if you're raising little girls, good. You haven't showed her what she needs to look for in a husband, in a man father type figure. You will train your dog not to shit in your house, but you're training your kids for failure. You're not teaching them how to handle struggles. You're not teaching them to learn from their mistakes. You think that you could just grab a puppy and not train it to go to the bathroom outside and it's not going to shit in your house? No way. But you treat your kid like that. You're not going to show them how to do anything, and you expect him to grow up and be a great human? You expect him to be raised and know what to do when, life punches you in the freaking face? You guys got to take a good look at this, and it's hard because it requires holding a mirror to you, brother. And if you're still watching, listen to this. I have a real life example, just like I always give you. So my boys golf. We're a golfing family. And last year, at the end of the golf season, our local golf club did a tournament for the kids. And so my oldest, he wanted to play in it. I asked him, he said, yep. I was like, okay, cool. So As a dad, you drive the golf cart, and during the tournament, you're not allowed to tell your kid what to do. You're not allowed to tell them what club to grab. You're not allowed to tell them where to aim. You're not allowed to give them tips. It's a tournament. So what did I do? I didn't do it. I watched my son make mistakes, and I watched him fix his mistakes. I watched him struggle. I watched him get frustrated. And you want to know what? It was hard. I wanted to help him out. I wanted him to feel better about him playing golf. But I didn't. Why? Because he got to learn. Now, the other caveat to this story is there's a bunch of douchebag dads, exactly the man that I'm talking about, who was literally lining up putts for their kids. Here, son, grab this club. No, you want to turn this way. No, hold on, let me show you. Literally putting the putt, he's like, okay, now just hit it. Not allowing his son to figure it out. And that's why my son didn't play in that tournament this year. Oh, Paul, that's harsh. Is it? I actually had the golf pro ask me after both my boys were in lessons. They know us. They know my family. My family spends thousands of dollars at this golf course. They see us there almost every week. Both my boys took lessons. Both my boys are in league. They know us. So the golf pro comes up to me and he's like, hey, I heard your son's not going to play in the tournament this year, and I would like to know why. And I said, well, can I be honest? And I usually am. Like, I'm not ever, not direct. That's just me. He's like, well, yeah. I said, well, you know what? I said, Coach, last year, at least in my group, there was a bunch of dads that, weren't abiding by the tournament rules. They were showing their kids how to hit. They're picking the clubs for them. They're lining up the putts for them, and they're not supposed to do that. And I was like, I just chose not to allow my son to participate in something like that because, all these other dads out there aren't following the rules. And you know what? It's not fun when my son asked me like, well, how come, Dad, you're not helping me? Well, I'm not supposed to. And then, the whole other thing with this tournament is the younger kids, like ages like 6, were in front of my son's group, and they completely fabricated their score. Oh, they came in -6 or whatever it was, and we were watching them hit, and they're just spraying balls left and right. And I was like, there's no way they came in -6, not that age group. Why? Because their dads wanted them to get the trophies. And that's the whole point, is we have lost an entire generation because we've lowered the standards so that everybody can be successful and everybody can get a trophy and nobody's feelings get hurt. Well, guess what? I didn't let my son get a trophy last year. And you might be thinking that's harsh or whatever, but I get to raise my kids how I want to raise them. And I want to help you consider that you can show up better and do more than just provide for your family. Because being a good dad isn't just providing for your family, it's actually leading your family. And we're not going to always get it right. We're going to make mistakes. And, literally yesterday, my boys were out of town this past weekend, and they were with my dad and my uncles and some of their kids. And one of their kids messaged me on social media and said, Paul, I got to tell you, your boys are really well behaved. And that's how I measure how I'm raising my kids. That's how I know that I'm doing the right thing. So you can sit here and cry that, oh, Paul, you didn't allow your kid to have a trophy. Well, guess what? I did it because he's going to learn. Life's going to punch you in the face sometimes. And he's got to be able to handle it. He's got to be able to adapt and overcome circumstances that he can't control in his life. Because a lot of you dads out there, you're trying to stop your kids from having pain. And I understand that. I don't want my kids to go through stuff that I've gone through or to experience struggle, but the fact is they're going to. So why not equip them to be best suited to handle those things as it comes up? So I hope this message hits you right in the freaking heart, Dad. I hope you can actually look at your life and look at how you're deciding to lead your family and go, yeah, there's some things in there that I can do better, because I want you to do better. You can do better. You need to keep going. You need to keep fighting. You need to keep dominating. And you need to keep getting better every day. Why? Your family's livelihood, your family's legacy is on the line. Stop raising these bubble wrap kids. You're not doing them any favors. You're actually doing the opposite of what you think you're doing. Those dads lining up their kid's shot on the golf course, he's doing the opposite. That kid's not going to learn how to hit the ball. That kid's not going to learn how to judge the green and how to putt. He's doing the exact opposite because he wants his kid to be successful. You're actually going to make him unsuccessful by, hovering over him and being a helicopter parent. Like, I'm all for the good old days. Doesn't mean I haven't adapted to technology and things like that. But guess what, man? The good old days. My kids were outside till the street lights came on last night. You know? But kids need to learn from their mistakes. And you know what? You don't give your child enough credit. They are more resilient than you give them credit for. They're more adaptable. They're more intelligent than you give them credit for. You can't stop struggle from happening. So you know what? Step up in your own life and start being selfish about how you lead, because that is how you lead. Stop being soft. Get in the gym, work out, do hard shit, do cold plunge, do sauna, follow a meal plan. Go for a ruck with a 40-pound vest. Go do hard things so that your kids can see you continue to do hard things. All right, guys, that was nuclear. I hope you got something out of it. Till next time, dominate daily.